Hello and welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 6 odd and or unique announcements made by LEGO in 2020. We will be going through this list in the order that they were announced, starting with January. Number 6, LEGO Dots. LEGO Dots was designed by Camille Walala. The goal of this series is to inspire young creatives to be more individual with their customization and their own self-expression. This set started off with a bunch of different bracelets, some picture holders, and some things you'd find on someone's desk, such as a pencil holder and a jewelry stand. I think these are actually pretty interesting because you can build your own customized, like say, pencil holder on your desk. That's a pretty common thing that you'd see on a kid's desk. This, you can make it any way you want. The initial design is a pineapple, which is kind of fun to begin with, but you can also buy an expansion series, which gives you extra dots, is what they're calling them. And they're just the little printed bricks on there, so you can kind of make it your own. I think LEGO provides enough fun examples that people will follow, but it is neat that they encourage you to personalize it to be what you want it to be. Since the initial launch of their dot sets, they have come out with additional ones over the summer. Number 5, LEGO Mario. LEGO Mario is a partnership between LEGO Corporation and Nintendo Entertainment. These sets have Mario as a core interactive element to levels that you can purchase and build as designed, or you can create your own levels with the pieces that come in that set. This is very unique as Mario will be an electronic piece with lights and sounds, and he will count coins with you as you go through the level. As you put him over enemies or various colored bricks, he will have different reactions. Along with this, there is a mobile app which will help keep track of your scores, as well as let you compare it with your friends. This is a rather different concept than LEGO normally is associated with because you are building with plastic bricks, nothing's really electronic. Sometimes there's some lighted bricks or some motion. There are sets with motors in it, but this is an entirely electronic component where Mario has screens and he makes noises and he actually goes through and adds up the score for your coins. And there's a mobile app involved. I think this is rather interesting because it allows you to play with the Legos instead of just building them and looking at them or worried about breaking them. This is very simplistic level design, so you can actually break and make them very easily, and you can customize them to whatever you want, so you can play them. The only concern I would have is the replayability after a while, since it seems a little too simplistic to just collect coins. I'm not sure what else you'd be doing, but it doesn't seem like that would take a long time to grow tired of. LEGO is confirming their commitment to this because they released additional sets after the first round, as well as like additional suits for Mario so he can change his powers so he can walk up a wall, he can shoot fireballs, etc. Number 4, LEGO Art. In June, LEGO announced the availability of 4 different LEGO art series. They included the Andy Warhol Marilyn Monroe photo, the Beatles, Marvel Studios' Iron Man, and Star Wars The Sith. These are all very unique sets as they come from different backgrounds. You have one from a famous artist, which is Andy Warhol, and you can make his famous Marilyn Monroe portrait in 4 different colors. Lego The Beatles set, which has a different head for each one of the Beatles. The Marvel Studios Iron Man, which has 3 different pictures of Iron Man. Also, if you collect 3 of the sets, you can make a larger landscape version of him. The Star Wars Sith series allows you to create one of 3 different Sith, as well as Darth Vader in a portrait orientation if you collect 3 of the sets. You can build one of them and then change it to one of the other ones if you decide you want to make it a little bit different on your wall. If you're tired of seeing one of the Sith Lords, you can change it up, say Darth Maul, you want to see Darth Vader now. Or if you want to see Ringo and you want to change it up to be Paul McCartney. I think this is a very interesting concept. Instead of having a picture on your wall, you can have a Lego portrait of a famous person or one of your favorite series, like Iron Man. However, it is very pricey at $120 per set. So if you wanted to build a large Iron Man set, you'd have to spend $360, or for the Beatles, you have to spend $480 to complete the set. I also like the idea of being able to change the picture to be one of the other versions if you get tired of it. However, that is a lot of little pieces to keep track of, and it would require, I'm assuming, quite a bit of time to change the picture. So it is unlikely that people will be changing it And since it is so expensive, plus the tiny pieces, this is likely not something you would get for a child. They have since announced an additional set, which is based on Harry Potter and its various houses. This set will also allow you to build one larger version if you purchase 4 of them. Number 3, Lego IKEA. I will not attempt to pronounce the name of this series, so I'll have these kids try to say it for you.
Biglet. Biglet. Biglet.
These are essentially various sized boxes for you to store Legos in, but they also adhere to the Lego system, so you can use the lids of them, have studs on top, and you can build off of them. There are also pieces on the side, so you can attach either, in some of the graphics, they have a sign that says Sarah, you could put a little window piece there, or you can incorporate them into some sort of building. On the website, all of the sets are labeled the same. They don't have a large, medium, or small in there. It's just the same name for the set, but they do give you the dimensions, so you'll have to make your own decision about what size is the one that you're going to need. I think these are actually pretty neat because you can basically use them as a building, right? And just build stuff on top or around them and have like a little side panel to, customize it to make it look as you want. These are just white. They don't come in any other colors, but you can build on top of them and around them. Along with that, you can store other sets inside of them or just pieces. So if there's stuff you're not playing with, you can put them inside of it and store them away safely inside of a box. And they're not that expensive, seeing as you can use them to play with as well as store stuff. It will be interesting to see where the partnership with IKEA will go from here, if they're going to expand outside of these storage containers. Number 2, the Legos and Levi's partnership. This partnership introduces jackets, vests, jeans, bandanas, shirts, bags, hats, and sweatshirts, some of them incorporating the Lego branding, while others have a flexible, what they're calling the first ever flexible base plate that's made out of silicone. But it adheres to the Lego system. Remember how we talked about dots earlier? This is something you can use to help customize your item. I don't think all of these applications make a whole lot of sense. Like, I don't think I would ever want to put Legos on my jeans because I would likely forget that they're on there and put them through the washing machine. Likewise on a jacket. I don't think I'd ever want to put them on there as they might fall off or might wash it. Meanwhile, I think the hat is actually a pretty good idea because you don't wash hats very often, and the pad is on the very front and center of the hat, so you can actually show off your creativity and your individualism. As for the other things that don't have the flexible base plate, it's just kind of neat having Lego branded items, but not necessary. This will also not be the only deal that Lego reaches with a clothing company. Number 1, the Lego and Adidas partnership. There are 2 parts to this announcement. The first of which is the ZX8000 Lego series and a co-branded clothing line. Lego and Adidas teamed up to redesign this shoe in the Lego aesthetic, taking the colors of the classic Lego bricks and adding actual buildable studs onto the shoe. I actually find this kind of product from Lego is actually quite hilarious if you think about it, because what hurts more than anything when you step on it? Lego pieces. What better way to have a direct floor transfer from your shoe by putting Legos on your shoe and having them fall off and then later stepping on them with your bare foot? I'm not a fan of the color scheme of these shoes, but I am sure they will be sought after by collectors. They have made additional shoe models and sweatshirts, sweatpants, t-shirts, baby clothes, etc. However, I find this less interesting than the Levi's deal because even though I may not agree that you want to put Legos on your clothing, that is something unique and different about that series, while the Adidas partnership mostly deals with co-branded clothing and shoes. So those were the 6 announcements that I thought were the most odd and interesting from 2020. Thank you everyone for joining me today. Let me know in the comments below if you agree or disagree with my choices. I would also like to hear if you thought there were any specific announcements that LEGO made this year that were different or interesting to you. Until next time, this is Ian from Wand and Saber, signing out.